This wasn't just an interview, it was a lesson in humanity, my friend. And you don't even need to know who it was to feel the impact. If you live this passion called Formula One, subscribe to the channel right now and join us on this exciting lap. Let's hit that 1,000 subscriber goal, showing that F1 has the most loyal fan base on the planet. This act of self-criticism isn't exactly new, but rather a reflection of how Lando Norris handles the pressure of being at the top. Lando, after a tough weekend in Bahrain, was extremely self-critical, especially when talking about the challenges he faced with the 2025 McLaren. The car had significant changes compared to the 2024 model, where he shone with impressive performances. And of course, this generated some criticism. But here's the detail. Is this transparency actually a strength rather than a weakness? Now, you might be wondering, but what does this have to do with the champions? Well, the four-time world champion in F1, Sebastian Vettel, has an interesting view on this. For him, the way Norris handled the challenges and pressure is actually something to be admired. The German commented on the topic with Reuters, saying that this kind of public self-criticism is something positive, making drivers more human and accessible to fans. Vettel believes that Norris's openness reflects something deeper about the driver's character. He believes people need to see that drivers are, indeed, normal people, with problems and difficulties just like anyone else. This is not a sign of weakness, quite the opposite, and more. Vettel highlighted that this is a big development in modern motorsport, where drivers are more willing to show their weaknesses. What may seem like vulnerability, in Vettel's view, is actually a display of courage. What's interesting here is that McLaren is preparing for a real internal battle for the title, with Norris and the talented Oscar Piastri standing out more and more. In Bahrain, despite Norris's struggles, he secured an excellent third place, while Piastri took the win. The rivalry is in the air, but will it be as intense as others from past championships? Vettel, for his part, doesn't think the rivalry between Norris and Piastri will carry the same dramatic weight as others he's experienced. He himself had a tense relationship with his Red Bull teammate, Mark Webber, during the title battles from 2010 to 2013. And comparing the two situations, he believes the relationship between Norris and Piastri will be much calmer. After all, these drivers respect each other, something that might have been lacking in his generation. The former driver also praised the leadership of Andrea Stella, McLaren's team principal, who, according to him, is more than prepared to manage this potential rivalry and ensure that both drivers can fight for the champion without their relationship deteriorating. For Vettel, the current rivalry is more mature, more respectful, and the drivers know how to separate what happens on the track from what happens off. Now, let's stop for a second and think. Do you think Lando Norris will fully adapt to the new McLaren car and handle the pressures of the 2025 season? Or could this emotional openness and self-criticism be the missing piece for him to win the title? Comment below what you think.